Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
And we welcome you courtside here to the Davis Event Center. This is the Davis Ford Pregame Show brought to you by Davis Ford. Visit davisfordsales.com or stop by 904 West Main Street in Fulton to pick out your next dream car, truck, or van today. That is Davis Ford here in Fulton. Well, we've got the Coahoma Tigers on the road tonight to visit ICC here in Fulton. Got a good one on hand for you. Glad you could join us here on Let's Go ICC TV. Jim Ingram alongside Jordan Smith. Glad that you're here to join us. Jim, both teams at 1-3 coming into the night, an opportunity to get back in the win column. This could be a big opportunity for both teams if they could notch one over in the W side and try to get things back rolling.
You're right, Jordan. And both teams have played well at times. Both teams 1-3. Both teams have beaten Mississippi Delta. You look at Coahoma, they've been close in every game. We've been close in most all our games. We're at home court. We need to take advantage tonight. Need to find a way to win this game.
You mentioned the similarities between the schedule so far for Coahoma and ICC. One thing that is common when you look at both sides is they've both faced off with Mississippi Delta. They've both beat Delta. ICC won their opener with Delta here on the home floor 64-62. And that was Coahoma knocked off Delta in the second game of the year, 59-52. So close games for both of those against Delta. That's the common opponent between the two. Let's fast forward to tonight. Let's talk about tonight's action. For ICC to get the win tonight, what do they have to do?
Well, we talk about it every game. You know, we play good, solid defense. I think they'll be ready to play good, solid defense. Coahoma's very athletic. I was watching them warm up. Got some good-looking athletes. Play good defense and got to block out, got to control the rebounds. And we talk about it every game. We need to make our free throws tonight. I feel like we'll be at the line a lot. We need to make them.
It feels like the two areas, if you narrow this down to looking at the stat sheet, what can ICC do to put themselves in a better position to win than they have for the last week or so? Eliminate some of the turnovers and shoot it better than 50% off the free throw line. I mean, I know it's not as simple as that, but it feels like from a numbers perspective, that's the two must as you move forward tonight, wouldn't you say?
I say you're right, Jordan. You know, let's be honest. We're playing good defense. We're rebounding well, but we're shooting 56% from free throw line. You got to shoot better than that to win ball games, especially in this league. We're doing okay. We're shooting 37% field goals, 26% three-point. We need to do a little better there, but you got to do better than 56% at free throw line. That's important tonight.
When you look around the Division 4 tonight, it is the women, ICC women on the road at Coahoma. They'll tip off at 6 o'clock. Also in action tonight, though, East Mississippi's ladies are at Holmes. Northwest ladies are at Delta. On the men's side, Holmes is at East Mississippi. Delta is at Northwest. And is this correct, Adam? Faith Prep playing at Northeast? That was on the JUCO Weekly site. I don't know if that non-conference game held over or not. But that was on the site. I'm not sure if that one's still being played or not, but that would be a rare out-of-district game for Northeast if that is the record or if that is definitely taking place. Looking at the MACJC North standings, it is Northeast on top at 5-0. East Mississippi trails right behind at 3-1. And then it's a log jam behind that. Holmes at 2-2, Northwest at 2-3. Then at the bottom, ICC, Coahoma, and Delta all at 1-3. So big opportunity tonight here for one of these teams to step up there out of the cellar and start to get things back on track as we move forward. This is the Davis Ford Pregame Show. Glad you're here with us. We're going to take the first break of the pregame show. We'll come back with your starters, and we'll set the stage for the opening tip brought to you by First American National Bank. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Coahoma, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. It'll Woman Community College, baby. It's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I can go there and lay my head down without no problems. It'll Woman Community College, the best start here.
Today tastes like staying in, and it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Today tastes like a Sunday ritual, and it never tasted this good.
I feel like I'm the good kind of spicy. It means you got an edge. I got an edge.
It means you've got some umph, and I got some umph.
I don't know about your umph, but impatience doesn't equal spicy.
Sonic Chicken Slinger.
Is it a good umph or a bad umph?
Would you rather eat in the car or eat at the dinner table at home?
Rather eat in the car.
You can turn on some tunes, dancing, eating. You know how weird we'd look if we did this at the kitchen table?
Sonic Wacky Pack.
Right now, we just having a good time.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Back here on the floor at the Davis Event Center, this is the Davis Ford Pregame Show. Glad to have you along with us for tonight's contest. Both teams taking the floor for a couple last few minutes of warm-ups. The referees have made their way out on the floor as well. All we're waiting on now is the national anthem and the announcement of the starters. Want to send our thoughts and prayers out to Coach Grant Pate if he's listening tonight, dealing with an illness. Coach, we're thinking about you. Wish you were here with us tonight. And I can't wait to see you back over there on the sidelines again.
No doubt about that, Jordan. Our prayers and thoughts continue to be with Coach Pate and his entire family.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the Coahoma Tigers starting lineup while we have you here. We'll take a break in the midst, and we'll come back with the ICC starters after that. Starting at point guard for Coahoma, they'll have Nakia Daniel Jr. Daniel, the point guard, a sophomore at 5'11", out of Biloxi, Mississippi. The shooting guard will be Jacob Profit IV, sophomore out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Profit, the two guard, at 6'4". At the 3 spot, Cortez McCarty is a 6'5", 190 sophomore. The forward will be Shadrack Bolden, a 6'5", 195 sophomore out of Jackson, Callaway. And at center will be Troy Johnson, a 6'7", 210 sophomore out of Clarksdale High School. That is a look at the starting lineup for Coahoma. They are coached by Michael Stringer, assisted by Lester Tyler and Cameron Monix Jr. Come into the night at 1 and 3. We will take a break. We'll be back with the ICC starters right after this. This is the Davis Ford Pregame Show from Fulton. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FANB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Back here in Fulton at the Davis Events Center, as we'll take you to the floor now for the starting lineups for the ICC Indians. We just were introduced to the Coahoma Tigers. Let's see who Coach Eric Bozeman's going to put on the floor to start this one for ICC. And that's a look at the ICC starters brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, ICC and Coke. Now that's a winning combination. That's the lineup Coach Bozeman hopes has that winning combination tonight, as we'll take a little more in-depth look at that. Starting at point guard will be Brandon Brown. Brandon's had a really good year, averaging a double-double at 20 points per game, just a tick over 10 rebounds per game. 2 double-doubles on the year for Brandon Brown. Brandon at 6'5", 207, the sophomore out of White Station High School in Memphis. At the two-guard spot will be one of those impressive freshmen, Rod Jones. Jones averaging over 12 points per game. Only 6 turnovers on the year for Jones, the freshman out of Albany, Georgia. At the 3 spot will be TJ Wallace. Wallace leading the team at 38% from the three-point line. Wallace, a sophomore out of Amory. The 4 spot will be Shermontis Mitchell, a sophomore out of Provine High School in Jackson. Mitchell averaging 5 points per game and 4 rebounds. And in the center will be another one of those freshmen at 6'9", 200 out of Potts Camp High School, Walter Hamilton. He'll be the big guy in there for the opening tip. This is the First American Bank tip right here as we await it. There it is up in the air, and it'll be controlled by Coahoma. Coahoma in the maroon and white. and ICC in their home white tonight from the Davis Event Center. Johnson out of the left side wing, gives off to Profit. Now works off the screen back right into the lane. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line in and good for 2 early points from Jacob Profit the fourth. So Coahoma scores on their first possession. Now it'll be turned over to ICC to see if they can match that back. As Brandon Brown, as we mentioned, fresh off his second double-double of the year. That one sails out of bounds off the hands of, I believe, TJ Wallace out of bounds, and it'll be Coahoma basketball.
Just started the game, Jordan, 2-0. Coahoma up 19-25 left in the first half.
That is some neon shoes on the
No
floor
doubt
there
about
for
it.
Coahoma. It won't be difficult to keep up with where they are on the floor. As Johnson drives the lane left side. Ball goes in, but they're going to say whistle away from the basketball, I believe. As Johnson thought they were going to count it, he went to the free throw line, but they're going to say foul away from the basket. Goes on Walter Hamilton, so it'll be inbound play under the goal. Nakia Daniel Jr. runs the point. He has the basketball operating from left to right, being defended by Rod Jones. Now gives off to McCarty, who comes right to left. Ball's picked off by Brandon Brown. Brown all alone out front is going to lay it up with the right hand and get the Indians in the scoring column and knot it back up at 2 apiece.
Good job by Brandon Brown. Made the steal. Got the layup. Tied this game up 2 apiece. 18:50 left in the first half.
Daniel, the point guard, out of Biloxi. One of the sophomores in the starting lineup for Coahoma. Working again off that screen. Pull up Jay from the free throw line. Right iron, no good. Rebound fought for and controlled by the Maroon. Now back into the lane, out of the left hand with Profit. Won't go, and ICC's Brown with the rebound again. Now quickly up the floor comes Rod Jones. Nice move there off the wing. Fade away in the lane. Back iron, no good, and rebound goes into the arms of Shadrick Bolden. Now track meet. Broken out here in the Davis Event Center. Right back up the floor quickly comes Coahoma. Half-court man-to-man defense is the early look for ICC. Profit out top, working off the screen, starts left, now back right into the lane. Lots of contact, and that's an easy charge call. As they will say, he lowered the shoulder. That one will go against Profit, his first personal, team's first, and ICC will have the basketball.
Look what Brandon Brown's bringing tonight. Already taking the charge, scored the first 2 points, got a couple steals, couple rebounds. Brandon's playing very well for the Indians.
Has been the leader for this team all year. There's no doubt about that. He's been that guy. You know, ICC's played some close games, and late in those games, he's been the one you wanted to have the basketball. When things get tight, he's the one that typically runs the show. TJ Wallace out top, gives to Jones, now comes right, back left. Loses handle of it in the lane, somehow ends up with it, gets a shot up, no good. Now gets his own rebound, fights through contact. The ball ends up out of bounds over at the Coahoma bench, and they're going to say, I've not seen a motion yet, but I believe ICC is going to retain possession.
I believe that's correct for 2-2. 17:39 left in the first half.
Only 2 seconds on the shot clock, so not a lot of time here. Ball's got to come in and get shot quickly. Into Jones, he dribbles once, and that was a quick 2 seconds.
It was quick 2 seconds.
He put the ball on the floor once, put the shot up, but it was late. Shot clock violation and a forced turnover for Coahoma. So 2 points for Brown, 2 points for Profit for Coahoma, and that gets us to where we stand at 17:37 to go in the first half. They like to use those screens out towards the top of the key. Troy Johnson is a good one to set it. Big 6'7", 210. As the ball's knocked loose by Jones, down into the arms of Hamilton, and Hamilton threw it away. Well, he's trying to get the basketball to Brandon Brown out front, and a little bit of a hot potato there with it, just sailed it out of bounds.
Right, need to slow it down. Had the steal, then we turned it over. Again, 2-2, 17:15 left in the first half. ICC men against Coahoma.
This game playing right into the lines of how we kind of expected, a defensive battle. No team has scored more than 72 points in a game all year. It's been two teams that were dominated by defenses, and that's what we've had here early on. Shots airballed on the Coahoma end, rebounded by Jones and given off to Brandon Brown. But
good defense by the Indians.
Daniel just nowhere to go with it there on the offensive end for the Tigers. Good motion on the offensive end as there's a whistle and I guess a moving screen. They're going to get Shamontis Mitchell for the moving screen, as that was really good motion on the offensive end for ICC. And that's one thing we talked about earlier today was for this offense to take the next step, you've got to see that motion away from the basketball. You saw it on the offensive end there. Subbing into the game for the first time, Caven Page onto the floor at the point guard spot for Coahoma. He's the first substitute in for either side. Page going to get called for carrying the ball. That's 5'10", 180 sophomore out of West Memphis, Arkansas. As soon as he gets into the game, he gets called for palming it.
I think it's because he's got those orange shoes on. Everybody else has got green. He's got on orange.
The neon shoes are definitely out tonight for Coahoma. As I think those would glow in the dark. If the lights go out tonight, they may can still play. Indians trying to make something happen on the offensive end. Another good motion that time, and Jones finishes it in the lane as works off the screen, finds a little seam, and finishes it with the right hand. Rod Jones gives the Indians their first lead of the night. Now three-pointer out of the corner by Profit. No good, and a good job there down low by Walter Hamilton. That's what he's here for, is the rebounds down low, and he gets in there and fights for that one. Now Wallace in the lane, goes up, ball blocked out of his hands. He's able to get the loose ball and kick back out top to Brandon Brown. 17 on the shot clock as the offense resets. Out top to Mitchell. Man-to-man on the defensive side for Coahoma. And again, with 10 seconds, Brown's going to reset. 8 seconds now as they look for an isolation move as the shot clock runs down late. Now 5, now 4, now 3. Pulls up from the elbow. Foul in the process, and he gets it to go. Brandon Brown runs the shot clock all the way down. Pull-up jumper hits from the elbow, and he's fouled by Profit in the process. That's the second foul on Profit, so not only is Brandon Brown going to go to the free throw line for one more, but Jacob Profit, one of the leading scorers for Coahoma, is in foul trouble early on. What a job there by Brandon Brown.
Great job by Brandon Brown. We've talked about he playing point guard at 6'5", being a physical player. He can do it all.
First free throw by Brown rolls around no good, so he cannot convert on the old-fashioned three-point play, but the Indians have pushed their lead out to 6-2. So 6-0 run for ICC as pull-up three out of the corner is going to go for Coahoma as you left him just enough room to get that shot off as Ben Galmore is checked into the game, freshman out of Coahoma County High School. First three-pointer of the night for Coahoma. Whistle and a hand check is going to go against Coahoma. I believe they got Page on that one. Is anytime you get two hands on a guy like that, they're going to call it, and that's what the call was there.
6-5, Indians up by 1, 15-15 left in the first half.
Brown gives off to Mitchell out top, still in that half-court man-to-man. Mitchell drives the lane left hand. There's another foul. Well, that's an easy call there as Stephen Isom went up and just hacked, and you're not going to get an easier foul call than that one. That's going to send ICC's Shermontis Mitchell to the free throw line. First foul on Isom, fourth team foul. Has already 4 fouls, only 4 minutes and 53 seconds into the contest. Mitchell goes to the line, first one up and good. As Mitchell, he's really struggled from the free throw line, only shooting it at 35% on the year. The team in itself has struggled from the line. If there's one place that you definitely want to see that improvement as this season lingers on, it's got to be off the charity stripe. As Mitchell, though, goes 2 for 2 there. That's what we want to see out of Shermontis.
No doubt. Good job by Mitchell. Extends the lead 8-5. Indians, 15 minutes left in the first half.
Still the starting five on the floor for ICC. Brown, Mitchell, Jones, Wallace, and Hamilton. As Coach Bozeman's liked to play a deep lineup, but he's had the same 5 in there. As up and under goes Galmore. Good-looking bucket on the offensive end there for the Tigers. Galmore's provided a little spark off the bench. Ball goes low to Hamilton, now kicks out to Mitchell. Now Mitchell drives the lane, fights through contact, throws up a circus shot, and somehow gets it to go up and down. Well, he got bumped in the air, but he must be living right as that one fell right in.
That's called a yo-yo in the old days.
Ball slows down now offensively. Back into the arms of Galmore. He's had the hot hand for Coahoma as he spun himself wide open, didn't realize it. Now out of the wing, 12 seconds on the shot clock as Page gets it back out top. Working against Rod Jones, spins the lane, goes up right hand, and is slapped right back down by Walter Hamilton. And Hamilton ends up with it back in his hands as what a defensive stand there by the big fella. Now numbers on the offensive end. Shermontis Mitchell finishes it off the right side, and defense leading the offense here for the Indians.
12-7, Indians up by 5, 13:50 left in the first half. ICC 12, Coahoma 7.
That's just testament to big Walter Hamilton down low. May not be a beautiful stat line at the end of the night, but he's going to get the rebounds. He's going to control the paint. He's going to get a blocked shot here and there, and he just gives you a whole other element on both ends of the floor. Shot clock down to 7. Page goes right, working against Wallace, and they're going to get Wallace for the foul. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They get 15 Wallace for reaching in. His first personal, team's third. as that'll reset the shot clock back to 20 on the inbounds as Hunter Stacy, the freshman out of Biggersville, will check in. We'll see Wallace sub off. So first substitution of the night for the Indians. It'll be Joseph Perez down low to throw this ball in for the Tigers. Gets it in there to Bolden. Bolden pulls up for three from the right side wing and gets it to go. With hand right in his face, he drills it home anyway.
12-10, Indians up by 2, 13-15 left in the first half.
Good looking shot there from Bolden as it's been the three ball. One from Bolden and one from Gallmore that's kept Coahoma in this game early on. Brown gives off to Stacy, right side. He thinks about pulling the trigger, just a little bit too far out. Now he's trying to get the ball back. Picked up his dribble, nowhere to go, and now finally gets it back to BB. Working with the right hand, 8 seconds on the shot clock against Page. Fades away from the corner, fouled in the process, tried for the and one for the second time. Couldn't get it to go, but he will go to the line for 2 shots. That foul's going to go against Page. That's Page's second personal. And suddenly there's some foul trouble out top for Coahoma. 5th team foul. That's 2 on Page and 2 on Profit within the first 8 minutes of the contest. Brown's second free throw attempt of the night rolls around, no good. Well, Brandon came into the night second in the country with 47 free throws made. Now, he hasn't shot the best percentage all year from the line, but that just shows how much he's been able to get to the line.
He gets to the line, he needs to make these. He's going to make this one. This is going in. He's 0 for 2, getting ready to go 1 for 3.
There we go, Jim. Well, you can just say that every time he goes to the line if you want to. I won't have a problem with that whatsoever. As the Indians push the lead out to 3 at 13-10 at the 12:48 mark in the first half. Still in that man-to-man defense. Both teams have gone strictly man-to-man here early on. As out to the right side wing with Bolden. He thinks about driving the lane. Now gives off right side to Galmore, who's going to pull the trigger for 3. Back iron, no good. Fights through, gets his own rebound. Now gives off to his teammate at the left side corner. It's back iron, no good. And finally, Antoine Porter for ICC will get the rebound. Well, Galmore's brought a spark to the team on the offensive end. Good-looking shot there for the freshman out of Coahoma County.
Indians up by 3, 13-10, 12-15 left in the first half.
Fresh faces on the floor for ICC. Deshaun Berry as well as Antoine Porter. Kean Mims with the basketball. Mims goes to work off right side. Now kicks to Hunter Stacy for 3 out of the wing, and it hits the bottom of the net. As that's what he's in there to do. He's your three-point guy, and he buries that one off the right side wing. Hope to see Hunter get hot from downtown here early.
You're right. Good shot, good pass. Teammates really responded on the bench, getting up, giving Hunter some love. We're up 16-10, 11:50 left in the first half.
Daniel, all the left side, gives back to Galmore, who drives one step inside the arc, pulls up, back iron, no good, and he gets his own rebound for the second consecutive possession. He follows that shot. That's a lost art some days as he goes to work against Stacy. Starts right, now back left, into the paint, tries to get rid of it, and he lost it. Now 3-on-1 out in transition, and Brandon Brown's going to put up with the right side, and they got him for a travel. Well, frustrating right there is you're 3-on-1, and Brown just had too far to go without putting the basketball
Jordan,
on the floor.
they'd let that go in the NBA. Unfortunately, we're here at ICC tonight. 16-10, though. Indians up by 6, 11:20 left in the first half.
Good job on the defensive end. It's led to opportunities on the offensive side. Just got to finish those when you get that chance. Galmore now gives right side to Issam. Now back into the corner. Another 3 ball, no good. That time it came from Bolden. Galmore trying to cut off Brown down the floor. He gets called for a check as something fell off the referee right here in front. The whistle fell out of his mouth. I have to have an official's timeout to reattach the whistle. We have seen it all, folks. That foul goes on Galmore. His first, team 6. So ICC shooting free throws the rest of the way out. Less than 9 minutes into the game, and the Indians are in the bonus from here on out.
Indians up by 6. Brandon Brown got that rebound, went all the way down the court, drew the foul. Brandon's playing very well so far tonight.
Entry pass comes in down low to Mims, who goes to work, fades away off the front iron, no good. It's not sure that's the look you wanted, and followed up by a foul 80 feet away from the basket by Hunter Stacy on the rebound. Stacy's first personal, team's 4th. So 4 fouls on the Indians, 6 on Coahoma here at the 11-minute mark. Let's set the floor for ICC. It's Berry and Brown as Brown knocks it loose again. Let's see if he can finish in transition this time. As he didn't forget to dribble it there, he finishes it with the right hand as Brandon Brown very active on the defensive side here early on. That's 7 points in the first 10 minutes for BB.
Indians up by 8, largest lead of the game. 10:30 left in the first half.
Washington comes back left to Galmore. Now Galmore's going to pull the trigger for another three. It rolls around no good. Well, he was hot early on, but that's forced him to throw up a few more ill-advised shots since then. As Mims down the floor, gives off to Stacy, who drives the lane, pulls up from inside, rolls around, no good, knocked out of bounds. It's off the hands of Coahoma's Nakia Daniel, and ICC is going to get a gift of a possession here. As substitutions on the way, Cortez McCarty, who started the contest, is going to check back into the game. He'll sub off Ben Galmore, because Galmore had a good 5 minutes there in reserve action for Coahoma. Back out top to Brown, who's going to go down the left side block to Mims, working with the right side. Had a look with the right side, came back left for some reason, though, and banged it off the back glass. Now Coahoma in transition, working off the left side, and it's knocked down again by Brandon Brown on the block. That's two huge blocks down low early in this contest for ICC. It's three on the way from McCarty. It goes. So you got the block, couldn't come away from the loose ball, and it ends up in 3 points for Coahoma as they're back to within 5 with 9:45 to go in the first half.
Jordan, we're still up by 5, but Coahoma's staying in the game shooting a 3-ball tonight.
Only 13 points in the game for Coahoma, but 3 threes have really kept them in this one. Berry gives off to Mims, left side wing, goes right, now back left up the baseline. Now skip pass down low to Stacy, can't get it to go, and rebound into the arms of Profit. Now Profit back on the floor with 2 fouls. He's got to look off the left wing, thinks about it, now kicks back in, right hand floater no good, and rebound by Brandon Brown. And Brown, he's just going to try to slow things back down. Coach Bozeman over there says, hang on, run the offense as the pace is kind of getting out of the area of where we want it. Working up the left side, gives to Porter down on the block, going to work right hand, give off to Mims, so he gets himself in there and he gets that one to go. It was a good look there as Porter with a good pass off the key and Mims finishes it with the right hand.
Good offense by the Indians. Go back up by 7, 8:45 left in the first half.
Another three from Coahoma is no good off the front iron for Cortez McCarty. And again, Brown's just going to try to let the offense set up here. Mims loses handle of it, now gets it back, gives to Stacy, now back to Brandon. As we got a timeout, as Coach Bozeman did not like where the offense stood. Let's take that timeout as well. First timeout we've took in the contest so far. ICC leads at 20-13 here in the first half from the DEC. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Brother Chris Burrows and the ICC BSU are proud to support ICC and ICC Athletics. They meet Monday nights at 7:07. Follow them on Twitter at ICC BSU for more information. So if you got time, come on out to the DEC. If you have a ticket, that is. If you have an opportunity to come in and see the second half of this action, then head on over to the BSU with Brother Chris right after, hopefully, a big Indian victory. As the ball goes down low, knocked loose, scrapping for it, and Coahoma's able to come away with it. 2-on-1 out in transition, and Issam goes up right hand's able to finish it, as that's how you want to operate out in the transition when you get the opportunity. So back to a 5-point advantage. ICC, you feel like they've controlled really the whole game, but it's been around that 5-point window all the way through. It's under 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Down low to Porter. Porter working with the right hand. Another give off right side to Deshaun Berry. And Berry, right place, right time, finishes it as 2 assists for Antoine Porter here early on in this one. He looks good passing the basketball.
No doubt, Jordan. Very unselfish play. Porter's mixing it up inside, throwing the passes where it needs to go. We're up by 7, 22-15. 7:35 left in the first half. We got another turnover here.
Another steal for ICC as Brown's going to elect to walk this one up. As Berry comes to him, and Berry will take over. Deshaun Berry, freshman out of Holka. They know how to play some basketball down there at Holka. Brown gives down low to Porter again. Well, this has worked offensively. They're going to get him for a charge, though.
Did he get a hook?
May have been a hook. Yeah, a hook. There's the call. Got that left hand hooked around him there. Porter done some good work down low early on, but got flagged. I guess I can say he got flagged. He got called for the foul there on the hook. Still in the Super Bowl mindset.
That's all. Hey, we're still up 7, 22-15, 7-10 left in the first half. Indians over the Tigers of Coahoma.
Big stretch defensively here for ICC. Get a stop and have an opportunity to push the lead out to double digits for the first time tonight. Issam working against Porter in the far side wing. Gives back up to Daniel up top. Good pass down low and up and under. Tried to get it to go was Prophet. He could not, but he was fouled in the process, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Foul goes on Jones, his first personal, team 6th. As Coahoma picked up their 6th foul with about 11 minutes to go in the contest, have not fouled since then. So they've done a good job of protecting the foul situation. As we'll see Jacob Prophet the 4th, sophomore out of Little Rock, Arkansas, go to the line. First one rattles around in and good.
That's the first time they've been to the line tonight.
Substitutions for both teams. We'll see Antoine Porter sub off as well as Brandon Brown. Good minutes from Porter off the bench. He had 2 quick assists and a bucket down low in his time. So let's await the second free throw from Prophet. It's up and it rolls all over the rim and finally does go down for the Tigers. So let's set the floor for the Indians. It's Rodarian Pendleton checking into the game. Shermontis Mitchell back out there. Stacy, as well as Rod Jones, and down low is Walter Hamilton as that ball sailed out of bounds off the hands of McCarty. So ICC will hold on to possession with 21 seconds on the shot clock. The ICC Wesley Foundation is a proud supporter of ICC and ICC Athletics. They meet Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Look for them on Instagram and Facebook by searching for ICC Wesley Foundation. Stacy out top. 15 on the shot clock. Gives to Jones. Now Jones, entry pass down low to Hamilton in good position. Goes up and fouled in the process. Walter having a good night there. Good position on the low block. Goes up and fouled from behind. He'll go to the line.
Good pass underneath to Hamilton. Going to the line to shoot 2.
Foul goes on Cortez McCarty. McCarty, one of those sophomores that was in the starting lineup. Team's 7th foul. So free throws rest of the way out here in the first half for ICC. Hamilton 3 of 6 from the free throw line so far on the year. First one bangs off the glass, no good. As TJ Wallace, haven't seen him in some time, comes back onto the floor, subbing off Stacy. As you see Coach Bozeman back into that prototypical substitution pattern now. Second free throw up for Hamilton, it's in and good. So 1 of 2 off the line there for Walter, right there at the season average, shooting at about 50%. 6-point advantage for the Indians, under 6:30 to play here in the first half. It's Coahoma. Man, they move around with the basketball on the offensive end. As Galmore put up the 3 in the corner, no good. Whistle on the rebound, and they're going to say out of bounds off of ICC. Possession stays on the end of Coahoma.
Indians up by 6, 6:17 left in halftime.
They're setting the shot clock back to 20 seconds as it was down at about 13 there as it went out of bounds. Daniel up top, being defended by Jones. There's a bump and a foul there. Pretty easy call as he started off right side and Jones bodied him up. That's going to be the second one on Rod, so a little foul trouble for Rod. And that's going to put Coahoma in the bonus. So we're going to see Nakia Daniel Jr. go to the stripe for a 1-and-1. Only the second opportunity for off the line so far tonight for Coahoma. As Daniel, 5'11", point guard out of Biloxi, hits on the first one. He'll get a second. 5-point game, 6:08 to play. As ICC they trailed at 2-0, have not trailed since, but they've not been able to really push that lead out either. As Coahoma has been right there on the heels all the way through. His second free throw by Daniel rolls around, no good, and ICC will get it into the arms of Rodarian Pendleton for this offensive set.
6 minutes left in halftime. ICC up by 5 points.
Wallace, sophomore out of Amory, gives back to Jones into the corner with Pendleton now. Rotates back left to Shermontis Mitchell. Back to Pendleton. Now Jones resets out top of the key. 10 seconds to play on the shot clock. Wallace looking for somewhere to go with it. Now back to Pendleton. Jones, 5 seconds. Got to make something happen on the offensive end. Wallace, top of the key, 4-3. Will it go? Yes, it will. TJ Wallace, first points of the night. Hits from dead on, down deep.
Good shot by TJ. He didn't have a choice. Shot clock was going off. He had to nail the 3.
And he got a good look at it, too. I mean, that makes a big difference as Wallace tries to make something happen defensively and forces an air ball as Galmore tried to get a late shot off. ICC right there with the rebound. Now up the floor in a hurry comes Jones, and the ball's picked loose, and now Coahoma's got an opportunity out in transition. 3-on-1 off the right side with McCarty. Lots of contacts. He goes up, and a charge call against Cortez McCarty.
We'll take it, but I'm not sure.
Well, they say sometimes when you get out of control, it can go either way. Cortez was a little bit out of control that time, and the foul goes the way of ICC. So second personal on Cortez McCarty. He's the third guy on the Tiger bench with 2 fouls at this point, 18 fouls for Coahoma.
Jordan, we've talked about stretching that lead. We've been 5, 6, 7. We're up by 8 now. Maybe we'll get stretches double figures if we can score here. With 5 minutes left in halftime, we've got an 8-point lead.
8 points matches the largest lead as Wallace goes to work left side. Got a good look, couldn't make it go. Mitchell with the rebound. Now he's trying in the lane, fights through contact, gets it up off the line or off the rim, no good. But he's fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Good hustle by the Indians, hitting the boards. Got a chance now to extend this lead. Again, we're up by 8. 4:53 left in the halftime, shooting 2 free throws.
Foul goes on Daniel Jr., his first, team's 9th. As Mitchell will get 2 shots here, though, due to the shooting fouls. One thing ICC's done a good job of tonight is on the offensive boards. If they've got in there and really scrapped for those, and that gives you some second chance opportunities, but Mitchell can't get the first free throw to go. That 56% free throw number, that's one that you can tell. I mean, even after those missed shots there, like by Mitchell, hands go on the knees, lots of frustration. You can sense from the team off the free throw lines. They know they're better than that. And you got to think that as the season goes on, they're going to show improvement there.
I hope they do. They're 5 for 10 tonight so far.
9-point lead, matches the largest of the night, but right back comes Coahoma with a 3 from the far side corner. Jalen Washington goes into the scoring column, and that's the 4th 3 of the first half for Coahoma.
Cuts to 6, 27-21. Indians up by 6, 4:30 until halftime.
Over half of Coahoma's points have come from downtown. As pass goes in low to Hamilton, who fades away, can't get it to go front iron. And here comes Coahoma right back. Trails it by 6, opportunity to cut the lead even more. Daniel out top, going to come to his right side, had an open look, but gives off to Issam from the corner. He hits a 3 as well. So that 9-point lead within 2 possessions is back down to 3.
27-24. Coming up on 4 minutes to the first half. Indians up by 3.
5 threes in the first half for Coahoma. That's been what's kept them in the game. There's no doubt about that. It's under 4 to play. Rod Jones going to work against Daniel. Gives off up top to Wallace, who has a 3 of his own early in the contest. Tries to go back and forth. Now gives back to Pendleton into the lane at the logo. He's going to get called for dragging a foot. Yep, travel violation against Rodarian. He's going to give the basketball back to Coahoma as a 6-0 run for the Tigers. Has cut the lead to 3, and they've got the basketball.
Good defense by the Tigers in causing that turnover. As you mentioned, they've cut it to 3. They're on a 6-0 run. They got the ball. 3:45 left in the halftime. Indians up by 3, now on defense.
Big defensive possession here for ICC. You want to get the basketball back with the lead. It's been the hot shooting from downtown for Coahoma. The story for them so far here in the game is Issam working against Mitchell, gives off left side. We're now up the baseline. Cut they go. Layup no good for Johnson. Ball rolls out of bounds. Who's going to have it? Coahoma will keep possession. As Kean Mims checks in now for ICC, subbing off Walter Hamilton. Hamilton probably having one of the better halves he's had so far as an Indian.
Walter really active underneath the goal.
3-point lead for ICC, 3:20 to go. This ball's thrown in from a really tough spot there in the corner, but the guy wide open and it rolls around. I didn't think it was going to go, but finally it falls for Troy Johnson as the big 6'7" sophomore found himself all alone at the block and made an easy one.
That on an 8-0 run. Indians up by 1. 3 minutes left in the halftime.
Indians need a bucket. Wallace drives the lane, loses a hold of it, and Coahoma had it and kicked it out of bounds as they did everything right, knocked the ball loose, but as Johnson went to the floor to corral it, it rolls off his fingertips and out of bounds. There's 13 on the shot clock. We'll see Wallace sub off the floor. Hunter Stacy comes back onto the floor for the Indians. 2:57 to play here in the first half. 1-point lead for ICC. Entry pass comes to Mitchell, wide open for 3, and it goes for Shermontis Mitchell. The sophomore buries that one when the Indians need it and push the lead back out to 4.
I got Mitchell with 8 points.
Yeah, he's leading scoring for ICC tonight. Is really good minutes for Shermontis. That was a 2 there. We're waiting on the motion. It's only a 2 that time from Bolden as he was about a foot, I guess, behind the 3-point line, but a good-looking fadeaway shot there for Shadrick Bolden. Trying to get down low to Mims. Ball knocked loose, and here comes Coahoma with a chance to tie. Trails by 2. Had numbers, but pulled out top by Issam. Down to the corner, kicks back out top. Now all the way out front to Nakia Daniel Jr. Now over into the corner to Washington. Back to Daniel. Working against a mismatch with Kean Mims. Gets Mims up in the air. Now puts a shot up, no good. Rebounds, fought for, out of bounds. And it goes off of the legs of Troy Johnson. Good job by the official there, staying right there on top of it, seeing it off the knee of Johnson. And ICC gets a good defensive possession and gets back to basketball.
Indians up by 2. 2 minutes left in the first half.
Good motion from ICC on the offensive end again as Mitchell goes one way, comes back, fights through to contact, and gets fouled. It'll go to the line for 2 with Shermontis maybe having the best offensive half I've seen him have.
Very active underneath. As you mentioned, leading the team with 8 points. Got a chance to get in double figures here. We're up 30-28, a minute 53 left in the halftime.
Shermontis had a career-high 11 points against Northeast back on Thursday. He's finding himself on the offensive end a little bit. His first free throw in and good. So 11 points is the career high for Shermontis. He set that last Thursday on the road at Northeast. He's looking like he may try to set that here again tonight as that foul went against Issam. Now 4 guys for Coahoma with 2 fouls here early on. His free throw off the front iron, no good. ICC's Brandon Brown with a rebound, and he puts it up and in off the right side. Right place, right time for Mr. Brown.
I got Brandon with 8 points also.
That's a big bucket there. Pushes the lead back out to 5. Now ball knocked loose by Mitchell. Here he comes trying to lay it in. He will lay it in off the right side. And Shermontis Mitchell active all over the place. 2 more points for the sophomore.
Jordan will extend his lead to 7 in the last 35 seconds. We were only up by 1 a few minutes ago.
Quick 6-0 run last 30 seconds for the Indians, led by Shermontis Mitchell and his 13 points. A career high here in the first half for Shermontis. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Coahoma. Ball in the corner with Perez. Now kicks back out top to Washington. Washington got to make something happen. Drives the lane, loses handle on it, but it lands right in the hands of Daniel, who can't get it to go. And Kean Mims is going to get called for a travel on the rebound. It looked like an arm bar pushed him towards the out-of-bounds line. And Kean's having that conversation with the official as well. As I probably shuffled a foot, but it's because I took an arm bar to the chest.
That's right. A minute left halftime. ICC up 35-28.
As substitutions onto the floor as Ben Galmore checks back in. He'll sub off Nakia Daniel Jr. As Coach Stringer having to be creative with some of his matchups due to the foul situation. I think Bean's checked into the game here for ICC. Haven't seen Bean so far tonight as Coach Bozeman going deep into that bench again here in the first half. Looking for the right matchups. As Galmore looks to throw it in, whistle. Maybe a little bit of a makeup call there as ICC is going to get it back, and it's going to come at the expense of a foul call on Coahoma. His first foul on Cameron Bell as he freshly subbed into the game. And ICC gets the basketball back as Isaiah Thompson's checked in now for the Indians as well. So Brown, Thompson, Stacy, Mims, and Bean are the 5 on the floor here for ICC. Under a minute to play. Could be the last offensive possession of the half as Brown goes to work right side block, can't get it to go, gets his own rebound, puts up left side, gets that one to go as BB going to work down low on the block. First one wouldn't go, got his own rebound, and just padding the stat column there. Working on another double-double as he gets the rebound and the basket. Galmore loses a handle on it, now gets it back. 30 seconds to play, 17 on the shot clock. So about a 12-second differential, they'll say, between the shot clock and game clock. Ball down low with Johnson. Johnson working off right side. Baby hook shot there goes. That was Cameron Bell. Excuse me, not Johnson. Cameron Bell checked into the game. The sophomore out of Heritage Academy picks up his first bucket of the game.
37-30. Waiting for the last shot here. 8 seconds left in the halftime.
Brown isolated out top. Is going to work off left side. Fights through lots of contact. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Whistle and a foul. And they're going to say it's on ICC. And they must have got Brown saying going for the rebound.
Right.
And, what hurts is the clock is turned off with 0.5 of a second. And due to being in the 1-and-1 bonus, they're going to have an opportunity to steal 2 points here before the break. As Brown just doing what he does, puts it up off the left side. He probably never dreamed there would be an opportunity for a second shot. As he went for the rebound, he got called for a foul. His first personal, it's the team's 8th, and it will send Cameron Bell to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. First one for for Bell, up and good. So Bell's got about 40 seconds of game time here so far, and he's got 3 points, a chance for a fourth here. And maybe some momentum for Coahoma as they go to the locker room. As off the back iron, no good. So he got one of the two, but still could be a big one for Coahoma as they cut the lead to 6 instead of 7 at the halftime break. 37-31, ICC leads it. It is halftime here from the Davis Event Center. We're going to take a break and come back with the Little Caesars halftime report. We'll take a look at the scoring column, take a look at what's happening around the league in tonight's action. We'll set the stage for the second half here from Fulton. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser, only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family,
Roll Tide! I feel like I'm the good kind of spicy. It means you got an edge. I got an edge.
It means you've got some umph, and I got some umph.
I don't know about your umph, but impatience doesn't equal spicy.
Sonic Chicken Slinger.
Is it a good umph or a bad umph?
Would you rather eat in the car or eat at the dinner table at home?
Rather eat in the car.
You can turn on some tunes. Dancing, eating. You know how weird we'd look if we did this at the kitchen table?
Sonic Wacky Pack.
Right now, we just having a good time.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser, only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
Back here inside the Davis Event Center, ICC leads 37-31 over Coahoma, and a little MACJC North matchup here from Fulton. This is the Little Caesars halftime report. The quickest pizza in Itawamba County just got even quicker thanks to the Little Caesars app. Just place your order from the convenience of your phone. It'll be hot and ready before you can get to 1405 South Adams Street to pick it up. That is Little Caesars, and we thank all the fine folks there at Little Caesars for sponsoring our halftime report. 37-31, as we mentioned, ICC had a good half. They trailed it 2-0 after the first bucket of the game for Coahoma, but then they went on the run, took the lead, and never surrendered that lead all the way through as Coahoma cut it to 1 at 29-28, but ICC was able to push it back out, and they lead it by 6 at the halftime break. Let's kick it over to Jim to take a look at the numbers from the first half.
Thank you, Jordan. First for Coahoma, Galmore has 5, Washington has 3, Prophet has 4, Ism has 5, McCarty came off the bench, got 3, Troy Johnson, the big physical center, had 2 points, Daniel had 1, Shadrick Bolden hit a big 3, has 5 points, Cameron Bell 3. That adds up to their 31. For the Indians, leading tonight, Shermontis Mitchell having a great offensive game, 13. Brandon Brown has 11. We think he has 7 or 8 rebounds also. Playing very well. Rod Jones has got 2. Deshaun Berry's 2. Walter Hamilton's got 1. Hunter Stacy hit a 3. TJ Wallace has got a 3. And Kean Mims also has 3 to make it 37-31. Indians up 6 at halftime.
Can't say enough about Shermontis Mitchell so far tonight. It happened up in Boonville last week as well, as he set a career high with 11 points at Northeast on Thursday. Well, he's already broken that as he has 13 here in the first half. He's been a key on the offensive end.
No doubt about it. A lot of energy underneath, making some good shots. And, you know, Brandon Brown's playing outstanding also. Got to keep it up. We're only up by 6 here at halftime.
37-31. ICC leads it here at the halftime break. This is the Little Caesars halftime report. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have our first Sonic Studio update of the night. We'll take a look at what's happening in the ladies' action against Coahoma. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1,000,000.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
I feel like I'm the good kind of spicy. It means you got an edge. I got an edge.
It means you've got some umph, and I got some umph.
I don't know about your umph, but impatience doesn't equal spicy.
Sonic Chicken Slinger.
Is it a good umph or a bad umph?
Would you rather eat in the car or eat at the dinner table at home?
Rather eat in the car.
You can turn on some tunes. Dancing, eating. You know how weird we'd look if we did this at the kitchen table?
Sonic Wacky Pack.
Right now, we just having a good time.
And welcome back to Little Caesars halftime report. ICC in the men's action leading 37-31. A little bit of a shocker brewing over on the road right now as Coahoma leading the Lady Indians 14-4. That's in the first quarter there, as we'll take and listen to some of the play-by-play and call there on the road in Coahoma. ICC, they've struggled over the last few years playing on the road at Coahoma. Those struggles appear to be still looming large tonight.
Score is 14-4. Coahoma seem to be having some trouble putting the ball through the hoop tonight. Tigers ball. They're passing the ball back and forth, trying to get the ball down court. And she has the ball down court to Mary Wilkins. Mary Wilkins passes the ball out.
That's to Valencia Watson.
Valencia Watson is looking. She passes it back to Mary Wilkins. Mary Wilkins passes it to Nakia Cheatham. Nakia Cheatham back to Mary Wilkins. And she attempted the three-point shot, and it was in and out. No score. It is Itawamba's ball.
That rebound was by number 20, Amelia Hatch from Itawamba.
And they throw it up, and it is unsuccessful. And now the Tigers has carried the ball down court. Mary Wilkins has the ball. She's passing it back
to Watson.
Watson to Tamia Brown. Tamia Brown goes up for the jump shot, and she was not successful. But the Itawamba must have hit the ball back out because the ball still belongs to the Tigers. It is Tigers' ball. Tigers throw it in. They're looking. She's looking. She's out to Mary Wilkins. Mary Wilkins is out to Valencia Watson. Valencia Watson over to Tamia Brown, and she throws it to what number is that? I cannot see. Number 12 attempted the jump shot. Nakia Cheatham, I believe it is, attempted the jump shot, and she was unsuccessful. And the woman's going up for the layup, and it was no good. It's Tigers' ball.
And I must mention number 12, Nakia Cheatham. She is from Clarksville. She's the only person on the team who is from Clarksville, Mississippi.
All right, and she has the ball now. Goes up for the jump shot, and it's no good.
And as you can see, both teams struggling from the floor. 14-4, ICC trailing Coahoma. We're going to take a timeout. Come back with Jim and Jordan right after these messages. Indians, however, up 37-31 at halftime. There's a big three-point basket for the Lady Indians. Back with more right after this.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1,000,000.
Pepperoni cheeser, only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
Back here inside the Davis Event Center, ICC leads 37-31 as second half action gets started. At Renaissance Bank, they understand consistency, they understand hard work, but most importantly, they understand you. Visit renaissancebank.com to learn more about the Reward Extra checking account, as we hope ICC can work hard here and come away with a victory in the second half. Thanks for sticking with us through the Little Caesars halftime report and our first Sonic Studio update of the night from Adam Gores. We took a look at what was going on over in the women's game as they got some ground to make up, it sounds like, over the stretch of the next couple quarters from Coahoma. Back to work here we go in Fulton. His first shot there hits the bottom of the net for Shadrick Bolden. There's a good-looking athlete there for Coahoma. Hits on his first attempt of the second half, and Coahoma's cut it back to 4 points.
37-33. We just started the second half. 19-15 left in the ball game.
Same starting five on the floor for ICC. It's Brown, Mitchell, Jones, Wallace, and Hamilton out there. It's Coahoma going into a zone set for the first time tonight out of the locker room. 12 on the shot clock. Wallace gives back to Brown. Now Brown kicks left side to Jones, as have not had one touch inside the arc so far on the possession. Now here goes BB down low, puts up left hand from the right side and gets it to go. Well, he got Johnson on his heels and was just able to fade away there at the end and power that one up as a good bucket there to open up the half for Brandon Brown.
Good job. Indians extend the lead to 6 points. 18:40 left in the ball game.
Page gives off to Issam, now down low onto the block, all the way in under the goal for Coahoma. Somehow he finishes it from behind the rim. Troy Johnson, who had a bucket in the first half, picks up one here in the second half to open things up, as he was in no man's land for a second, but was able to angle himself out there towards the front of the rim and put it in off the glass. Now back into that zone, as it's not really a 2-3 zone. I guess you could call it a 2-3. Those forwards creeping up, though, when the ball swings right here. He's down low to Hamilton, now back up top to Jones, who almost slips down, gets into the paint, now puts up a floater off the glass in and good. It's a good look there for the freshman with a right-hand floater.
Good job, Rod Jones. Extends the lead to 6, 41-35, 18 minutes left in the ball game.
Back to that 6-point mark, and that just feels like right around where we've hovered all through the first half, and looks like the second half's going to be more of the same. 2 minutes in, ICC leads it by 6. Ball left side with Profit. Got in some foul trouble early on, didn't get to play very many minutes in the first half. Now Page with the left hand takes 2 steps, puts it up off right side in and good, as he floats away on Rod Jones and just says, hey, you do it on your end, I'll do it down there on our end.
Good looking shot by Page, cuts the lead 41-37, 17 and a half minutes left in the ball game. ICC 41, Coahoma 37.
Jones gets a little screen there from Hamilton, now sits back down low off the block as Hamilton worked hard down low. Now open look off the right side wing for Jones, back iron no good. Rebound is knocked away by Issam, back now into the hands of Hamilton, and now all the way across the floor to TJ Wallace, who goes open under on the pass to Hamilton, and there's a whistle away from the basketball. Shot clock didn't reset. So the shot clock did not reset on the change of possession. It was at 17. They changed it back to 27. So nice job by the officiating crew to notice that one. Entry pass comes into the corner to Wallace, who 3 will not go off the front iron. And a quick transition opportunity here for Coahoma. Page into the middle of the floor and down the paint. Left side lays it up, and 4 quick points for Caven Page. Did not score in the first half. Now scores on back-to-back possessions to cut the lead back to 2.
Good-looking athlete. As you mentioned, 4 quick points, 41-39. Indians only up by 2 now. 16:45 left in the ball game.
ICC struggled offensively in the first half at times. Now a 2-3 zone. First time they've seen it, and it's definitely slowed things down offensively. As Jones gives off to Brown, thought about the 3, gives down low to Mitchell, who just goes to work. Starts with the right hand, now spins back at the left block, finishes it left side. Shamontis Mitchell having a career night here tonight in the Davis Event Center.
Doing great. He's got 15 points to lead the team.
Back out to a 4-point advantage for the good guys. He's down the low, comes Profit. Is there a foul? And they say he traveled in the process. Well, a good job of getting into the paint and finishing the bucket, but he took one too many steps in the process. So whistle and substitutions for ICC as we'll see Hamilton as well as Wallace sub off the floor. Back in comes Hunter Stacy and Antoine Porter. Porter had a good first half, played about 5 minutes of action, had a couple of nice assists down low, and they'll hope to see him run the baseline against this 2-3 set. 4 points. Indians lead, 16 minutes to play here in the contest. Mitchell has it off the left elbow, now swings it across the floor, now back up top to Brown. Now Stacy. He's one of those guys who want in against a 2-3 zone. He can shoot you out of it if he has the opportunity. Jones gets a man up in the air, ball stripped loose by Profit. Now numbers out front to Page. Page does a good job of getting guys up in the air, but it's still blocked by Brandon Brown. Now into the hands of Jones, up the floor, back to Mitchell. Mitchell goes to work out front, foul in the process, and he gets it to go. Tremontis Mitchell having some kind of night here in Fulton as he finishes with the right hand, and will go to the line for one more.
Great effort, great drive. As you mentioned, got a chance for a three-point play. Leading the team right now with 17 points. Extends this lead to 6 right now over Coahoma with 15:40 left in the ball game.
Foul goes on Johnson, first personal, as the free throw will not go for Tremontis as the lead goes back out again to that 6-point mark. And Page has provided a spark since he came into the game for Coahoma. He's a lightning bug with the basketball in his hands out there. As he's just not even wasting any time. He's driving the lane quickly, gets called or draws a foul there against Brandon Brown.
Jordan, he's not afraid of anything. Like you said, he's driving underneath the big 6'8", 6'9" guys. He doesn't care.
24 seconds on the shot clock as we wait the entry pass here from Profit. There's a whistle, and they say Brown reached over the line, so got to keep those hands straight up as you get that imaginary wall you're playing with.
Is that a foul or a warning?
That's just a warning there.
Okay.
As he waves those hands back and forth here, has trouble getting it in, finally gets it in to Issam. Now back to Profit. He'll reset the offense. Still in that man-to-man set. It's been strictly half-court man-to-man as a whistle and a moving screen is going to be called against Troy Johnson for Coahoma, I believe. And it was way away from the basketball, but very convincing call there from the official on the moving screen.
He was very emphatic about the moving screen, and we'll take it.
So second foul on Johnson, team's second here in the half. As ICC has it leading by 6 at 15:15 to play. Brown gives to Jones out top. Back into a man-to-man set here this time down the floor. Been all 2-3 zones so far in the second half, but back into that man-to-man set here for this possession. Jones kicks across the floor to Stacy. Now back to Mitchell. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Got to make something happen as he puts it up, rolls around, no good. Brown gets the rebound, puts up left side, just barely gets it to go in over the top of the rim, but it falls down for Brandon Brown.
Looked like Coahoma relaxed on that rebound. They heard the shot clock and just relaxed. Brown took advantage of it. Big bucket for the Indians.
15 points for Brown, 17 points for Mitchell. So 32 of ICC's 47 have come from those two guys. Down low to Johnson, who fades away off the glass. The bank's open, they'll say. As we had the Renaissance Bank ad a little while ago, the bank is open there for that one off the glass for Troy Johnson.
47-41, Indians by 6, 14-15 left in the ball game.
As Brown walks it up the floor. Stacy going to switch sides. Is still in that half-court man-to-man. Ball down low to Porter. Could have got called for a double dribble, but did not. Now in Jones, now back down to Porter off the other side block. Gives to Mitchell, who just shoots through the lane, working through there, and I think he traveled. No, they're going to say a jump ball. Possession arrow points towards Coahoma, so that will change possessions. That'll be a turnover there against the Indians. As Mitchell subs off the floor, Kean Mims checks back into the game. Mims, the freshman out of Fort Mill, South Carolina. But I tell you what, you're getting good minutes out of Tremontis out there tonight.
No doubt about it. Playing very well. You mentioned he's got 17 points to lead the team.
That's correct. Speaking of getting good minutes, Caven Page, we didn't see him until about the 8-minute mark in the first half. He ain't come off the floor since then. He's been good for the Tigers. Profit going to work against Mims off the left side wing. Looking for somewhere to go as he could have got called for a travel there. That pivot foot came up. No call. Ball back into the arms of Bolden. Drives the right side lane. Whistle and a walk. Traveling violation going to be called against Coahoma. ICC forces another turnover and gets it back, leading by 6, 13:35 to play.
Good job by ICC defense there in the man-to-man.
Let's set the floor for the Indians. It's Brown, Jones, who has the basketball, Porter, Mims, and Stacy. That's your 5 on the floor here for ICC. Stacy, right side wing. Looking down low, trying to get it down low to Brown. And finally a nice pass, a skip pass over his head. Brown finishes it there, gets a foul call in the process, and he'll go to the line for one more. As Brown, he was begging for it down there, and finally got that good entry pass from Kean Mims.
Good pass by Mims. We mentioned Brown's got 17. Mitchell's got 17 to lead the Indians right now.
You know, we've only got to see the men play at home 3 times this year.
Right.
But one thing I've noticed about Kean Mims is he's a very good passer of the basketball. As he did a great job there just dropping that one in over the head of the defender into the arms of Brown, who just completed the 3-point play. So 7 points here in the second half already for Brown. ICC's pushed the lead again, back out to 9. It's a good look there for Coahoma's Bolden. Can't get it to go, and ICC quickly down the floor with Rod Jones. Cuts off there by Profit. Now back to Mims out top, pulls the trigger from the free throw line. It goes, and ICC's finally pushed it out to more than a 9-point lead. They've got it out to 11 with 12:50 to play.
Largest lead of the game, 52-41, 12:45. Timeout, Coahoma.
We'll go whistles and a timeout. We'll take that break. ICC leads 52-41 with 12:45 to play here in Fulton. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, out of that timeout. We're going to do a quick Sonic check-in here as the Lady Indians trying to fight their way back into this one, trailing 21-12 in the second quarter at Coahoma. So Lady Indians at the free throw line here as you see ICC. They were down 1 point by 10. Now it's made it a 9-point contest. See if they can fight their way back into this one as they head to halftime. That game available over on Coahoma's athletic website. Just search Coahoma Athletics or Coahoma Community College Athletics there as we take it back now to the floor to Jim and Jordan as the Indians lead at 52-41, 12:45 to play here in the second half.
Thanks for that, Sonic. 642 to get special offers. Message and data rates may apply. Also, don't forget to download the Sonic app for additional specials. We'll get you a couple more looks there at the ladies' action a little bit later on as we have time, as Jacob Profit says this game is not over. Drives the right side lane, lays it up, and cuts the lead back down to single digits at 52-43.
Jordan mentioned 52-43. Indians up by 9, 12:20 left in the ball game.
Jones out top now, gives off to Mims. Back skip past to Porter. Back into the arms of Mims, and there's a whistle and a hold with 12 seconds on the shot clock down low as they're double-teaming Brandon Brown down on the block. They had Cameron Bell as well as Nakia Daniel Jr., seeing him for the first time here in the second half, as they get Daniel for that one as they were just swatting at him left and right. Fourth team foul. Shot clock reset back to 20 seconds, so you got plenty of time, but you got to be a little bit aggressive with it as you don't have that full 30 seconds. Mims out top, looking for somewhere to go. Gives to Jones, who's coming off the screen. Now Jones into the lane through contact, gets it up. It's fouled from behind, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. As Rod does a great job coming off of those screens. As soon as he gets the basketball in his hands, he goes from not moving to 100 miles an hour quickly.
You know, he's very athletic, as you mentioned, extremely quick with the ball. He's knocked down these free throws.
I think he's got a bright career ahead of him here in Fulton. Is averaging 15 points per game over his last 3 contests, averaging 12.5 for the year. Only a freshman, and has played very well. The freshman Rod Jones out of Albany, Georgia. His first free throw rolls around and goes down. As his free throw shooting has been a bright spot on a team that hasn't shot it very well. He shoots it at about 72% coming into the night.
(53-43). Indians up by 10. Got another free throw on the way. 12 minutes left in the ball game.
Second shot there rolls around in and good for Rod Jones. So 2 for 2 off the line after the foul. So back out to 11-point advantage for the Indians with under 12 minutes to play here in the contest. Daniel operating the point now for Coahoma. Gives off to Bolden off right side, being defended by Stacy. Now back to Daniel. 15 on the shot clock. Goes left. Took an extra step, and I didn't think they were going to get him for it. But finally, there's the whistle and the call.
Good defense by the Indians. Got a chance to extend this lead. We've got an 11-point lead with the ball, 11:40 left in the ball game.
When you're ready to sell your house or buy your dream home, give Tommy Morgan Realtor Ricky Morgan a call at 842-3844 or look him up on Facebook at Ricky Murphy, Tommy Morgan Realtors. We thank all of our sponsors of ICC Athletics here tonight. 15 on the shot clock. Mims into the lane, gives off to Porter's going to pull the trigger on a three. It hits nothing but the back glass, and it's an easy rebound there for Coahoma. There's a foul way away from the basket there on Mims, and that's one of those where you want to stop the ball, but you don't want to foul them as they're passing the midcourt stripe there, and, you know, he knows better than that one. First foul on Mims, team second.
54-43. Indians still up by 11. 11-16 left in the ball game.
Here's Galmore checking back into the game. He'll sub off Bolden. And Galmore, he got hot for a couple minutes stretch there in the first half. You got to keep a hand on him. He likes to launch it. Ball coming in from Profit. Going to come into the arms of Daniel. Now he gives off to Galmore. There's a whistle. Illegal screen. I think they're going to get Bell on that one. Is 23. That's Cameron Bell. They're getting him for the illegal screen as they're watching that close. I know that's a point of emphasis now on basketball across the college game all around, but you're seeing that called more and more now than I think you ever have. Third personal on Bell, team sixth. So again, like they did in the first half, in foul trouble early on in the half is Coahoma. There's whistle and another screen. See, there it is again. You can't, used to you could get away on a little handoff bumping into somebody while still moving. That's a moving screen. Now they're calling it every time.
You got to be set or they're going to call
it. That is where you used to see it the most, is it that little handoff from a forward back to a guard, trying to get that momentum off the shoulder. And now if those feet aren't set, they're busting them for it. 11-point lead for ICC, 11 minutes to play. Daniel gives off to Cortez McCarty. McCarty got in some foul trouble early on. He's another good-looking athlete, though, for the Tigers. As the ball comes down low to Johnson. Johnson nowhere to go. Throws up top. Has Galmore there. 12 on the shot clock as Galmore drives left side. Puts off the glass. No good. Had to be over the back on Johnson. Oh, my goodness.
Letting them play.
Letting them play, I guess you could say, as Johnson had somebody completely engulfed from behind. It goes off the arms of ICC, and Coahoma will throw it in with 7 seconds. Profit trying to get it in. Gets it into Galmore. Ball knocked loose off of Deshaun Berry's hand out of bounds. So 2 seconds off the shot clock. And again, you're back into that kind of assassin's corner there. Tough to get that basketball in, especially with only 5 seconds on the shot clock. And to Daniel. Daniel immediately spins right, gives off to Johnson, who didn't look like he had any idea how much time was on the clock, but somehow the lanes open up right in front of him, and he's able to finish it with the right hand. When he caught that basketball, he didn't look like he had any idea how much time was left.
Johnson's had 6 here in the second half, keeping Coahoma in the game. ICC up by 9.
Johnson's a good-looking kid. I mean, 6'7", 210, prototypical forward size. Moves well as he knocks that ball loose and forces a turnover. Now up front comes Profit off the left side. Fights through contact from Mims. He finishes it out in transition. A chance for a three-point play here for Jacob Profit, the fourth. And just as we were speaking about Troy Johnson, he forces the turnover on the defensive end that led to all of that.
Got a lot of energy. Very chiseled athlete. Very athletic-looking young man.
So leads cut down to 7. Opportunity to cut it to 6. As ICC's pushed it out to 11 twice here in the second half, but just has never been able to really take over the basketball game and feel like they were in complete control. It's a free throw from Profit, rattles in and good. So the old-fashioned three-point play there cuts this lead back to 6, and suddenly we're right back within striking distance for Coahoma.
As Jordan mentioned, 54-48, 10 minutes left in the ball game. ICC up by 6.
And suddenly you see Coahoma getting very active on the defensive end as Ben Galmore gets a hand on the basketball, knocks it out of bounds. But they've extended that man-to-man defense out long. 15 on the shot clock. Brown gives off to Jones, and Galmore's all the way out there on top of him. 2 good athletes going at each other as Jones gets it in there, puts it off the glass, no good. Brown scraps for the rebound, but no good. Now here comes Coahoma in transition. Profit down the lane, puts up left-hand lay-in, good. And suddenly that 11-point lead's down to 4.
That's a Euro step.
They got some athletes, Jim. They did a great job out in transition there. Jacob Profit leading the charge.
Down the 4, as Jordan mentioned. 9:25 left in the ball game. ICC 54, Coahoma 50.
Brown now going up left side himself. Ball knocked loose. They'll say no contact somehow, but it's out of bounds off Coahoma with 13 on the shot clock. ICC will have possession of it. Brown will throw it in for the Indians. ICC coming with some motion. Trying to get the basketball in. I have to come all the way out top to Rod Jones. 12 on the shot clock as Jones goes to work. Starts right, now back left. 2 steps inside the line. No good on the jumper as he had the Coahoma defense on their heels but couldn't make it go. Now Profit's going to pull up for 3 from the left side wing. Back iron, no good. Rebound controlled by Brown. As Brown's well on his way to another double-double here in front of us tonight.
54-50. Indians with the ball with a 4-point lead. 9 minutes left in the ball game.
As Jones is really kind of taking over as the point guard here down the stretch, working against Ben Galmore. Hand off to Berry, trying to get into the lane left side. Now Porter out top, off to Brown, 10 on the shot clock. Now Brown puts the ball on the floor, gives back to Jones, who now goes to work against Profit. Behind the back in the lane, just dribbling all over the place. Finishes off the right side. There's a whistle before, and they say a travel. Well, Jones went to work in the isolation. There was no doubt about it.
Tough call.
That takes 2 points off the board.
54-50. Indians up by 4. Got to play some good defense here down the stretch. 8:30 left in the ball game.
ICC getting a little too much trouble by letting the shot clock get so low before they make that move to the rim. 4-point advantage as Daniel has it out top. Now kicks off to Galmore. Being defended by Berry. Now back to Profit. Starts left. Now back right into the lane. Jump step. Puts up right side glass. No good. Johnson with the rebound. No good. And finally Brown's able to clear it. As Johnson had a good look at it. Just couldn't quite make it go. And Brown again just in the right place for the rebound. Whistle all the way up the floor. And an offensive foul against Jermontis Mitchell. I'm not sure anybody in the floor was in the gym was even looking at that part of the floor except the official.
They're calling offensive fouls tonight a lot.
Second foul on, they're going to say first foul on Mitchell. I had him with 1 already. But nonetheless, 5th team foul. As Porter subs off, we'll see Stacy come back on. So let's set this floor here for ICC. Rod Jones, Hunter Stacy at the guard spots. Deshaun Berry, Jermontis Mitchell. I guess you'd call them at forwards as well as Brandon Brown, as he's just a do-everything guy. He can play any position on the floor. He's covering the biggest guy on the floor here for Coahoma down low. Galmore gets it off a screen. Now give and go. Back to Profit. Ball on the floor, right hand puts up. Off the front iron, no good, but was fouled by Berry as he went up. And will go to the line for 2. It feels like that momentum has swung all the way over to Coahoma. As ICC led it by 11, it felt like they really had a great opportunity to put on some points, put on the accelerator, and really take off with this game. And from that point on, Coahoma, they found something on the offensive end and have got right back into the thick of things. First free throw by the lefty. Profit off the back iron and no good. So we'll have a second upcoming. Both teams with 6 fouls at the 7:43 mark to go. So it'll be free throws both ways as we move forward. So we got a whistle and there must be blood on the jersey. As Jones was told to step away from the line. He's going to come off the floor. Are they going to sub him out or are they just going to change jerseys? So he's going all the way to the locker room, and they're going to sub him out. He's back in the tunnel changing jerseys, it looks like. It's T.J. Wallace, who actually started the contest for the Indians. Wallace, the sophomore out of Amory, will come in onto the floor. So second free throw upcoming here for Jacob Profit. It's in and good. So 1 or 2 off the line there for Profit. Cuts it back to 1-possession game at 54-51. And ICC is going to have to fight tooth and nail to hold on to victory here tonight in Fulton. As Daniel's going to pick up Brown full court and the man-to-man. Not going to give him anything easy as he's just a scrappy guy out there at the point guard spot. Brown nearly loses his dribble. Now regains it. 20 seconds on the shot clock as motion away from the basketball for ICC. Mitchell sets a screen, does a good job of getting set, but still no passes at 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brown's held the basketball the entire possession. Now another screen from Mitchell, rolling off of it. Brown goes right, pull-up jumper inside the line, back iron, no good. Rebounds tapped around and finally cleared by Coahoma. So an entire shot clock goes off for ICC there, and they were not able to get a pass off.
Coahoma with the ball, down by 3, 7 minutes left in the ball game.
Daniel with it out top, working against Brown. There's a moving screen. Now, they're going to call that one any day and age, as Daniel just completely ran over the man. Third team foul on Daniel, third personal on Daniel, 7th team foul, and ICC gets it back.
Non-shooting foul.
We've talked a lot about the offensive foul tonight, but that was as clear of one as we've seen all night. Maybe it's because it was right here in front of us, but that's a moving screen no matter what. So ICC leads by 3. Wallace has it out top. He thought about pulling the trigger on the 3, but elects to give off to Mitchell to the right side. Now Wallace into the lane, trying to finish left hand, and he gets it to go. Good job there to TJ Wallace of just beating his man down the lane. An easy finish there, and pushes the lead back out to 5.
56-51, Indians up by 5, 6:25 left in the ball game.
Now Galmore from inside the three-point arc, off the back iron, no good. Rebound tapped around, and Brown's got him another one. And a baseball pass up front to Stacy, who puts in the layup off the right side. Great job there by Brown. When he let go, it was one of those like, oh my goodness, don't throw it like that. As soon as Stacy got his hands on it, then you knew he was going to be able to knock it home. As ICC has pushed the lead back out to 7, 6:09 to go, and Coach Michael Stringer decides it's time for a timeout, and I'm going to decide it's a timeout for us as well. Let's take it. We'll be back right after this. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do a Sonic Studio update. ICC trailing Coahoma on the road, 31-25. So they're slowly but surely chipping their way back into that one. Lady Indians in red, Coahoma in gray. ICC heading back to the free throw line as ICC trails that one by 6. 58-51 Indians up here in Fulton. Back to Jim and Jordan courtside.
Thanks, Adam, there for that Sonic Studio update as Coach Porter got to get those ladies right at the half and come back and get that victory on the road down at Coahoma. As missed shot for Coahoma gives the basketball back to ICC. Under 6 to play. They lead it by 7. And there he is back in the game, Kevin Page. I can't believe he spent that much time on the bench, but he's been the spark plug for Coahoma when he's been on the floor here so far tonight. Mitchell out top, 14 on the shot clock, gives to Wallace. Now back to Mitchell, thought about 3, steps inside the lane, fights through contact, got it to go up, but airballed out of bounds. Oklahoma will have it. And again, just a lot of movement on the offensive side, but weren't able to swing the basketball around a lot, Jim.
That's right. And had a man in the corner, didn't see him, tried to force the shot. We're still up by 7, 58-51, 5.5 minutes left in the ball game.
Page, the sophomore out of West Memphis High School, runs the point at the 5:20 mark here in the second half for Coahoma. Out top to Issam, working against Brandon Brown. Now back to Page, 12 on the shot clock. Got to make something happen. Looking for some movement. As Barry lets him have plenty of room, he steps inside the lane, can't get it to go, and rebound to Brandon Brown. Brandon thought about slinging another one up the floor, but thinks better of it. Smart decision there by the sophomore. Hey, 7-point lead, 5 to go. Be considerate to the basketball. Be conservative with the basketball. It's your best friend. You don't want to turn it over. 15 on the clock. Barry out top, working against Issam. Now back to Mitchell. Mitchell with a career day. There's a good pass down low to Brown. Right there for Shermontis Mitchell. If it's not from the points category, that would have been an assist as Brown got it down in low and was fouled in the process. Good foul. That was an easy 2 for Brown if he could have got the shot off. Foul goes against 30, Kevin Page, his 3rd personal, team's 8th. But due to the shooting nature of the foul, there'll be 2 shots here for Brown. First one in and good. I've got Brown with 19 points now on the night, so an opportunity here to go for number 20.
His average, by the way.
Averaging 20 points on the year, averaging 11 rebounds. So, you know, some would call him your point guard on offense, is averaging a double-double. You don't see that one every day. Second shot from Brown, in and good. Is a much better night off the free throw line for Brandon. So back out to a 9-point advantage, 4:40 to play. As Page goes to work offensively, spins in the lane, ball knocked loose, ends up in the arms of Galmore, who's able to drill it home once again. I tell you, Jim, every time it feels like ICC's finally got this game where they want it, there's a big bucket from Coahoma right after it.
And it's usually a big 3 for them.
Yeah, they burned the nets up in the first half from downtown. As far as I've got, that's their first 3 of the second half. So 6-point advantage, 4:18 to go. It's Wallace against Issam, now back to Mitchell. 4 guys outside the arc. Only guy down low is Brandon Brown. Now back to Mitchell, trying to get it down low to Brown. He got it there, and a foul in the process. They're going to get Page for it again. That's Page's 4th personal. And ICC's in the bonus, so that's going to be a 1-1.
That's going to be key down the stretch. You feel like Coahoma is going to try to find a way to scratch back in this game. They will probably put us at the line a lot this last 4 minutes of the game. 60-54, Indians by 6, 4:06 left in the ball game. Brandon Brown for a 1-1.
Good job there by Brandon. Hits the front end. He'll get a second. Pushes the lead back out to 7. As I'm slipped a note here by Adam. 32-31, Coahoma's ladies lead ICC at the half. So a good close to the half for ICC. They're right back in the thick of things there at the halftime break. Second shot coming for Brandon. It's up and it's good as well. Good job there by Brandon. As you want to hit those free ones down the stretch. If they're going to let you score with the clock not running, you want to take advantage of that for sure.
Good job. We're up by 8, 62-54. 8-point lead with 4:06 left in the ball game. Brandon Brown's got 22 points.
Let's set the floor for ICC. It's Berry, Wallace, Stacy, Brown, and Mitchell. That's your 5 on the floor. A good athletic 5 out there down the stretch for ICC. Issam drives the lane, thought about slamming it, but he just lays it in over the front iron. As he did a good job of getting into the open lane, finishing in, and he cuts the lead back down to 6.
62-56, Indians with the ball with a 6-point lead. 3:40 left in the ball game.
It's not a ton of pressure that's been dialed up so far. It's a nice pass to Deshaun Berry. Gets into the lane, back irons it no good. Rebound tapped all over the place, rolling around, guys diving everywhere. Berry's got it and he got the timeout. Good, smart basketball play there. They've said off and on all offseason that Deshaun Berry has one of the best basketball IQs on the team. You see it there as he fights for that one, retains possession, and gets the timeout. Let's take the timeout with them. We'll be back after this. ICC leads it by 6, 3:29 to play in the contest. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
John Harrod and all the great folks at the Bank of Okolona are proud supporters of ICC Athletics. The Bank of Okolona is a hometown bank serving Chickasaw County and the surrounding areas for over 75 years. Learn more at thebankofokolona.com. As I get to go down to Chickasaw County tomorrow, I'm going to visit with the fine students from Okolona and Houston and Hulka and see if we can't tell them about everything great happening at ICC. But that's exciting to get down there and see those fine folks. As whistles before the entry pass. A conversation now between the officials. As ICC leads it by 6, 3:29 to play. And Jim, you like to keep up with the free throw numbers there, and that's because that's been a spot where the Indians have struggled. They've shot it well in the second half tonight, though.
Done very well tonight. Second half, we're 7 of 8, and that's one reason we have a 6-point lead with 3:25 left in the ball game.
So I don't know what the conversation there was about. The referees got done laughing about it, whatever it is. It's like, as they get the shot clock reset, apparently. As they get it back to 20, now on the entry pass, it gets started. Berry with the basketball in the corner, down low now to Brown. Working against Page, now a little give and go action to TJ Wallace as he fights through there and puts it up off the glass right hand and goes. And Brown's got the basketball back. And he's fouled and he's got to go to the line for 2 shots. He's into the double bonus now as Brown gets credited with the assist, the steal, and now a chance for a couple points.
Great job by Brandon Brown. He does it all for the team. 6'5" point guard, rebounds, scores, plays defense. Outstanding player, having a good game tonight.
Foul goes on Shadrick Bolden, his first personal, team's 10th. So it's 2 shots rest of the way through here for ICC. First free throw in and good for Brown as he's done a really good job there off the stripe, as we mentioned. Tell you, TJ Wallace did a good job slashing through the lane on that last possession as well. He's what I would define as a slasher on the offensive end. There he is. He got in there for the rebound, tried for the putback, couldn't get it to go. Just a good-looking athlete there in 15 for the Indians. 9-point lead, 3:05 to play as ICC tries to nurse this victory. As whistle, after the basketball went off the back glass, I thought. Foul they're going to get. I couldn't tell the number there. We'll get it officially reported here in a minute. Is it on Berry?
Who hit the backboard?
Brown hit the backboard going for the block.
Goaltending, couldn't it? I hope it's not, but they didn't call it.
So the foul's on Berry, But I'm wondering where the shooting nature of it comes from. As the first free throw for Page rattles around, no good. So it did go against Berry. That's Berry's second, team's seventh. So Coahoma will be shooting 1-1 moving forward. It's on the floor here for ICC. It's Mitchell, Wallace, Brown, Stacy, and Jones as the second one rolled around and it finally went down. So we're going to see some full court press action from Coahoma as they're not content to sit around and let ICC run a lot of time on the offensive side. 8-point advantage for the Indians, and they're going to have to take care of the basketball. Good job there to get it into the front court to Brown. Now back up top to Stacy. And there you go. You want the ball in the hands of Brandon Brown to work that shot clock. 15 on the clock. Want to use up as much time as you can. He'll work against Jacob Profit. 10 on the clock. Floor spread out. It's going to be an isolation opportunity here for Brown. Brown starts right. Now working against a double team. He's going to fade away for three. It hits the iron. No good, but that just was not the look you wanted.
No.
A good job by Coahoma to collapse on the double team there late. Now Page up the floor in a hurry. Kicks off to Washington. Whistle. Blocked foul. And he's going to go to the line for two. That one almost hit the bottom of the net as well. Fouls on Stacy. So they got Stacy for the block, but they're going to send Page back to the line. And it's a 1-1. So they're going to say the foul was away from the basketball? Okay. So front iron, no good. So it doesn't hurt ICC in the end as the foul went against Stacy. It was a 1-1 opportunity by Page. He couldn't get the front end to go, and now ICC's got it trying to break the press. And they're going to trap. They're going to go with the trap down the floor as they're trapping all over. Entry pass down low now to Wallace, back to Jones. Wallace had an opportunity to go up, decided, hey, we're going to run some clock instead. Up 8, 2 minutes to play. All that time's important as there's whistle and a 5-second call. But he didn't put the basketball on the floor. He just stood there and held it. You got to move, you got to dribble, you got to do something. You can't just stand there. You don't see that call very often, but a good call nonetheless.
It's a correct call. Indians up 8, 65-57. Coahoma's got the ball down by 8, 2:02 left in the ball game.
Can't abandon on defense here. You still got to play tough. You don't want to foul and let them score with the clock not running, though. It's Profit trying to work off the screen from Issam. Gets down into the lane. Ball stripped loose, but it goes out of bounds. Nice job by Wallace of getting his hand in there as Profit went on the jump step, and Profit's nursing a bit of a twisted ankle on the back end of that. As he's laying over there on the sideline. Coaches are going to tend to him. It looks like a trainer is going to step over there and speak to him as well, as may have stepped on a foot or something there at the tail end. Let's take this time to thank Tommy Chambly and First American National Bank. They've been customer-driven and community-focused since 1964. Locations from Iuka to Tupelo. Visit fanb.bank for more information. Also, skip the register when you order your favorite Little Caesars pizza on the Little Caesars app, and stay safe by using the Pizza Portal Pickup. Wow, Pizza Portal Pickup. When you swing by Little Caesars at 1405 South Adams Street. Has got everything straight out on the floor. Page ends up with a basketball on the rebound. Now a second chance, blocked again, and a whistle and a foul as Shermontis Mitchell went up, got the block. Excuse me, it was T.J. Wallace went up and got the block, but was fouled in the process, got him with the body.
Good defense by the Indians. Up by 8. 1:39 left in the ball game. Coahoma trying to cut it to 6, shooting 2 free throws.
So Page back to the line. Not been kind to him so far tonight. First one's up, and it rolls round in and good. So Page with 6 points here in the second half. His mass substitutions, more guard-oriented lineup now on the floor for Coahoma. They'll bring back on Daniel as well as Washington. They're trying to get set. They're going to back Troy Johnson off the line. They're going to send Daniel back in. And they're doing that to try to get into their press off of a made free throw. And there they go. So Page makes both of those, and they're going to be able to go right into the press. Indians lead by 6, 1:39 to play, and you know it's going to be pressure time from Coahoma. Wallace and Stacy trying to work the basketball up the floor. Skip pass up the floor is picked off by Page and somehow got into the hands of Jones, and now he lost it and it's back to Page. So forced turnover, and here he comes. Just like lightning up the floor, he's whistled for a walk. There was a little bit of contact in there, but he was just completely out of control, Jim.
No doubt about it. He's trying to take over the game, and he's played extremely well. We cut off the dribble. He drug his foot.
You see Coach Bozeman's going to sub Wallace off the floor, brings Berry back on. They've got to do better taking care of the basketballs. You can't cross-court pass against that half-court trap. Now Stacy gets the ball in, leading by 6, under 1:30 to play. Stacy, middle of the floor, fighting against Daniel. A little bit of contact there. Now gets it up front to Barry, who has some contact from Page. Had a whistle and a 10-second call. I don't know. Now, it looked like the basketball was across the half-court stripe. Coach Bozeman's asking the same question, but you got one official over here that's standing right on top. The official on the other way makes the call. Well, the correct call there is if the basketball, as far as I understand, is if the basketball is across the half-court stripe when it hits 10 seconds, then it's not a 10-second call. It looked to me like it was in the hands up on the front court.
65-59, Indians up by 6. Minute 16 left in the ball game. Coahoma has the ball.
It's been sloppy since Coahoma went to that press. That's why they do it. It makes you wonder why they might not have done it a little bit earlier. Pass down low to Johnson, up and under. It's in and good. At 1:10 to play, they've cut the lead back to 4. Let's take this timeout as well. ICC leads 65-61 as we got a barn burner coming down the stretch. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
4-point advantage for ICC, minute 10 to play. As Coahoma went to a full-court press with about 3 minutes to go, and ICC has really struggled to get the basketball up the floor from that point on. Got to make free throws down the stretch, Jim. I mean, that's your biggest key.
No doubt about it.
Take care of the basketball and make free throws.
If they don't steal it from us, they're going to foul us.
Stacy on the inbound. He gets it back. Working against Daniel, and that's a foul all the way up the floor. Could have been. All the way he comes. That's got to be a goaltend call. Didn't get either one of them. The putback's no good, and Coahoma has the basketball. They say Stacy touched it out of bounds, and Coahoma's got it back. But it looked like a goaltend as well as a foul all the way up the floor, and he didn't get a call on any of it.
It was a goaltend. They missed it.
The officials have kind of gone lost here down the stretch.
We're up by 4. Coahoma's got the ball with a minute left in the ball game.
And Page has it. He's been verging on out of control, just complete athlete. Look at him handling the ball there in the paint. Puts up a floater from the logo, rolls around no good, and Brown there for the rebound. You'd think it's foul time as guys fighting all over. Jump ball, but ICC's got the possession arrow. Well, Brandon got his hands on it and suddenly had nowhere to turn. Had 3 maroon jerseys standing all around him. As you see, subbing offense for defense. Defensive guys back in here as Daniel comes back onto the floor, as well as Jalen Washington. So Washington, Daniel, and Page are your 3 guards playing up front. Johnson's your big guy in the middle, and then you got Issam out deep in the set. And Coach Bozeman got to look at it. He called a timeout. Let's take that timeout too. 65-61, ICC leads, 45.1 seconds to play in the contest. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online, davisfordsales.com.
I feel like I'm the good kind of spicy. It means you got an edge. I got an edge.
It means you've got some umph, and I got some umph.
I don't know about your umph, but impatience doesn't equal spicy.
Sonic Chicken Slinger.
Is it a good umph or a bad umph?
Would you rather eat in the car or eat at the dinner table at home?
Rather eat in the car.
You can turn on some tunes. Dancing. Eating. You know how weird we'd look if we did this at the kitchen table?
Sonic Wacky Pack.
Right now, we just having a good time.
4-point lead for ICC, 45.1 seconds to play. It'll be Indian basketball. They're going to be inbounding it on the far baseline. It'll be that Coahoma trap that we've seen over the course of the last couple of minutes is what they had to fight against. Stacy will inbound it, gets the ball into Jones, fought through a good bit of contact there. Ball knocked loose, but they say it was aided by some contact. That foul will go against Nakia Daniel Jr., his 4th personal. Team is over the 10 mark, so it'll be 2 fouls rest of the way through. Well, you know, you want to go to that press if you can, but you just got to know every time we foul, they're getting 2 free throws, which at this point you trail by 4, 42 seconds to play. Not a bad foul. Jones to the line. Shoots it at about 72% on the year. First one for Rod. Back irons out. No good. So he was 2 of 2 on the night so far. Misses the front end there. 4-point advantage as he waits the second one. The second one, back iron, no good as well. Whistles. Is it a lane violation?
Didn't matter anyway. They got the rebound.
Lane violation on Deshaun Berry. Didn't matter due to Coahoma getting the rebound and the missed shot anyway. So nothing changes. 4-point advantage. And here comes Coahoma. Page going right side. Gives off on a handoff to Gallimore. Puts up the 3. Rolls around, no good. Brown on the rebound. He had a lot of guys to work through to get to that one. And somehow he got his hands on it again. Now Johnson just gives up the foul right in front of his coach. And that'll send Brandon Brown to the charity stripe as, you know, Brandon gets down there and look at the floor. He's far from the biggest guy out there, but he does such a good job of getting into position on the defensive rebounds. I mean, he fought through about 6 guys there, it looked like, to wrestle that one away. At some point, there's a will to and a want to rebounding, and he's got it.
He's got it. There's no doubt about it. He is the –
first free throw from Brown off the right side of the rim, no good. So ICC's had 3 opportunities from the free throw line to stretch this lead out, has not been able to convert, as they shot it better in the second half, but has struggled here over the course of the last minute. Now second one from Brandon. It's up, and it is good. That pushes the lead out to 5 points, 66-61 at 25.1 seconds remaining. Let's keep it here. We're going to kick it over to Adam as I think second half play is back underway in the ladies' action. It's time for a Sonic Studio Update with Adam Gore.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. And we do have a good Sonic update this time. Lady Indians, who trail by 1 at halftime, now lead at 39-35. They're in the third quarter on the road at Coahoma. You see some of the action going on there. ICC in red, Coahoma in their home grays. You can check that out by visiting Coahoma Athletics. Big three-pointer knocked down there by Coahoma. Makes it a 1-point contest. We've got a dogfight going on there in the Delta. Indians up 66-61 here at halftime. Or excuse me, not at halftime, with 25 seconds left. Let's go back to the floor for Jim and Jordan.
And thanks for that Sonic Studio update there, Adam. Thanks to all the fine folks there. They're sponsoring our studio updates this year. This timeout's brought to you by our friends Dr. Gabe Rulowitz and all the outstanding people at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Go see them to check out those nagging aches and pains or call 377-BONE to set up that appointment today. As ICC leads it by 5, 25.1 seconds remaining. Jim, you got to make free throws down the stretch.
Got to make free throws down the stretch. You know, Brandon Brown's been so good tonight. He's already got 24 points. We think he has 12 to 15 rebounds. He's been the key tonight. We got to play good defense. Got to make free throws.
Brown, Mitchell, Jones, Berry, and Stacy. That's been the 5 on the floor down the stretch here. That's the 5 on theirs. ICC going to pick up full court man, going to make Coahoma work for everything they can get as Gallimore has it out top of the key. Now down to 15 seconds on the game clock. Ball's wrestled away by Brandon Brown. 2-on-1 out in transition. Brown up the left side, puts it up and over. In and good. Brandon Brown just put it on ice for the Indians. They're out to a 7-point lead as the ball sails out of bounds, and ICC can smell victory.
No doubt. 6.6 seconds left. Work by 7. We got the ball. Wrap this in red and blue.
Just a great job there by Brown. Disruptive on the defensive end as he gets so much love for what he does offensively. But tonight, for me, it was the rebounding column and the defense that is really going to allow ICC to come away with a victory. As Jones has it, 2 seconds. 1, there's the horn. This one is over, and ICC is going to improve to 2-3 on the year with a 68-61 victory over the Tigers of Coahoma. Coahoma led it early at a 2-0 clip. ICC stormed back, took the lead, led it by as much as 11 down the stretch in the second half, and will finally come away with a hard-fought 7-point victory tonight in Fulton. Let's step away. We'll come back. We'll gather our thoughts. We'll have the Renaissance Bank post-game report for you. We'll take a look at the final scoring. We'll get you up to date with everything else happening in the league as well as in the ladies' action. And then we'll say goodnight to you from Fulton. But first, let's take one more last break, and we'll be right back after this. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And from my family,
Roll Tide! The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1,000,000.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
It's going to be a happy locker room tonight as Coach Eric Bozeman and his teams improved to 2-3 on the season. They knock off Coahoma. The Tigers, coached by Michael Stringer, fall to 1-4 on the campaign. This is the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Visit RenaissanceBank.com to learn more about the Rewards Extra checking accounts. Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. As Jim, Brandon Brown has been looking for someone to compliment him on the offensive end. And, throughout the first couple games of the year, they really struggled to find who that guy was going to be night in, night out. Well, over the course of the last week, I think he's found his guy, and I think his guy is Shamontis Mitchell.
No doubt about it. Mitchell played very well tonight, had 17 big points. We mentioned Brandon Brown had 26 points, we think 15 or so rebounds. Those two guys stepped up big tonight for the Indians.
Let's go ahead, Jim, and let's take a look at those stats brought to you by Sonic.
Looking at Coahoma tonight, Jacob Profit led them with 12 points. Troy Johnson, big center underneath, had 10 points. Ben Galmore had 8 points. Washington had 3. Islam came off the bench, had 7 points. Cortez McCarty had 3 points. Nakia Daniel had 1 point. Shadrick Bolden had 7 points tonight. We talked about Cabin Page, played very well second half. He had 7 points, and Cameron Bell had 3. That's their 61. Tonight for the Indians, we've already mentioned Brandon Brown with 26 points. Shamontis Mitchell with 17. Rod Jones had 6 points. Walter Hamilton played very hard tonight, had a point. Deshaun Berry had 2 points. Hunter Stacy had 5. T.J. Wallace had 7. And Kenyon Mills came off the bench and had 5 points for the Indians.
And that's a good-looking stat line there for the Indians. And, you think about the night as a whole. Would they like to have shot free throws better down the stretch? Probably so. Would they have liked to navigate against the pressure late better? Probably so. But other than that, played clean offensively, played clean defensively, didn't turn the basketball over a lot, shot it better from the free throw line, and you played 10 or 11 guys deep again. I mean, you're seeing some improvement from this team as they mature a little bit.
There's no doubt about it. And we played outstanding on the boards, rebounded the basketball, and another key that you mentioned there, Jordan, we didn't turn the ball over tonight.
So as we move forward, the Indians now improved to 2-3. They will go on the road to Holmes on Thursday night. That tip-off will bring at 6 o'clock. The ladies will be here at home against Holmes. Our tip-off and airtime will be at 5:20. Tip-off will be at 5:30 for that game. I tell you what, speaking of the ladies, let's kick it back over to Adam for one final Sonic Studio update of the night. Let's see what's happening in the ladies' action.
Thanks, guys. As still got a battle going over there in Coahoma. The Coahoma Lady Tigers have battled back to take a 44-43 lead there in the third quarter, and they're at the free throw line right now. So this game, at one point, ICC trailed by double digits, cut back and made it a one-point game at halftime. They led back and forth here throughout the second half, or I should say throughout the third quarter so far, but Coahoma has battled back to take that lead as well. If you want to watch the conclusion of this game, head over to Coahoma Community College Athletics. I believe it's CCC Athletics. You'll see where they have their live stream available. You can watch it there as well. So ICC trying to find a way to win a tough one here. Coahoma, a very tough place to play on the road. And right now, Lady Indians trail it by 3 there in Clarksdale.
So the men took care of the front end of the doubleheader. The ladies trying to cap it off with the sweep tonight against Coahoma. Hopefully Coach Adams, Coach Porter, and their ladies will be able to pull that off. That was the Sonic Studio update. Text Sonic to 876-642 to get special offers. Message and data rates may apply. Also, don't forget to download the Sonic app for additional specials. Well, here tonight, it was the Brandon Brown and Shamontis Mitchell show for the Indians. They're able to come together for 43 points of the Indians' 68, and that's good enough for a 7-point win tonight over Coahoma, 68-61. I hope you've enjoyed your time tonight with Jim, Adam, and I. Hope you've enjoyed the look-ins we've had at the ladies' action. Jim, Adam, and I will be back with you on Thursday as the ladies host Holmes. As Adam, you got another update for us?
Well, I do want to remind you, stick around tomorrow afternoon here on the Red Channel. At 1 o'clock, we'll have softball, the season opener for the number 12 Indians. And then on Wednesday, we'll have softball and baseball. Thursday, back here for basketball. And Friday, I'm sure we'll find something else.
You're just going to stay busy,
Stay busy, man.
Yes.
That's
yes.
good. They need to find something for you to do.
Yeah, but do visit letsgoicc.com for a full slate of upcoming games and broadcasts.
Well, thank you very much. Enjoyed working with you guys tonight. We'll do it again on Thursday as a team. But until then, I'm Jordan Smith saying good night for Jim Ingram and Adam Gore. We'll see you on Thursday as the Indians are winners over the Coahoma Tigers, 68-61. Have a good night. We'll see you then. As always, Roll Tribe.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.